Welcome to Velocity Podcast. I'm so excited to have Jeff here. We're going to talk about vertical video because he is killing it in that realm. But first, let's kind of get into it. Who are you? What are you about?
My name is Jeff Meiusi. I'm a local realtor here in Brantford. My team's called Living in Brantford. I have a YouTube channel along with that name and an Instagram and Facebook page with that name. I've been an agent for about 15 years. Moved to Brantford from Mississauga about 2 years ago during the pandemic, and I absolutely love it here. It's going to be my forever town, and there's just so much to love about Brantford that it's just an amazing little secret that I feel like nobody really knows about.
Yeah, it's a really nice town. Yeah, I love Brantford. It's so underrated. Like growing up here, everyone's like, can't wait to get out, can't wait to get out. And I remember being like, I'm not in a rush, I like it here. I like no traffic, I like small
slower
town.
slower pace of life, friendly people, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I invited you on this podcast because what you are doing really, really well at is vertical video. And I've seen like a lot of great videos from you. You don't only talk about being a realtor, which I think resonates a lot with your audience.
Yep.
And it's easy to watch because you have a wide, well, you're always appreciating Brantford. You have like a large variety of topics. How did you get into the vertical video? Like, why did you realize why it's such a good thing, and then how has that helped your business?
So I got into vertical video probably about 8 months after I got into long form video creation, and what I realized is that a lot of the platforms are pushing short form videos.
Yeah.
YouTube is trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram, so they're putting a lot more push behind short form. So I figured if I can create long form videos, 8 to 10 minutes or whatever, I can easily create short form videos, which, you know, it's not as easy as it seems to cut under 1 minute, but you get the hang of it in practice.
Yeah, it kind of is a skill to have, like, long form's easy because you can chat, you can draw out conclusions, or like you can draw out a story. When you have that 60-second time limit, it's a game changer. It's actually more difficult than long form, in my opinion.
Yeah, so it took me probably a couple weeks to start to learn to cut the fluff out and just get straight to the point. You'll see a lot of people go, "Hi, my name is Jeff with the Brantford Realty Group, Living in Brantford team," and like honestly, just I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. Nobody cares.
No, and that 3 seconds is really precious on social media.
Yeah, we're like goldfish.
Yeah.
Went from 7 seconds to 3 seconds to I just hear one wrong word and I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, but like that's kind of the way society's going. And I think if you can be short and concise with your message, then it can really get to can leave an impact on people because they'll either save it, watch it, share it with a friend. That's ultimately what you want, right?
Yeah, for sure. You want the traction. You're putting that effort in for a reason. When it comes to vertical video, how has it helped your business? So like you started doing long form, you changed to short form. Did you see any difference? Are you getting more calls, views?
So in terms of like the difference between the long form and the short form, I've gotten more subscribers from my short form because again, YouTube, TikTok, they're pushing short form. Have I seen more business from it? Not necessarily. It just allows me to be in front of my audience more often.
Yeah.
And that's really the key is that you're in front of your audience on a consistent basis, even if it's 2-3 times a week. I mean, you don't have to do 7 days a week because it's almost impossible to create that much content and edit it on a constant basis. But as long as you're being consistent with it, it will eventually lead to more growth and more exposure. But what I found is, again, sometimes people find me through my short form, and then they go watch my long form video on YouTube. And I believe YouTube now has the ability to connect your short form to your long form. So you could essentially have it as like a playlist at the bottom and say, if you want to watch my full first home time buyers videos, the playlist is right there and it will lead back to YouTube, which then they can watch your long form content.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the short form content because it is really good at brand awareness and connecting with your audience. And like, of course, as a digital marketer, those are two things that I hold in high regard. And of course, everyone wants their phones to ring. We want to see that those sales happen. But building your audience and connecting with them, especially in your business where it's like you're not buying a house every year, you just need to be always in front of them so they don't forget you. And then when the time comes, they're picking up and being like, I've been watching you for a while. I know you know your stuff. Can you help me?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal, of course.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, with the short form video, it's a little bit tougher in terms of like creating that connection, because when someone's watching you for 6 to 7 minutes, they start to create a parasocial relationship with you. It's the same as when you watch a movie or a TV show and you're like, oh, why am I crying? Because, I don't even know this person, they're not even real. It's because you've watched them for more than 7 minutes, and you start to create an emotional connection to that person. But like showing up in someone's feed every day with valuable information, whether it's again what's going on in the city, what you're up to, local news, just anything that you can sort of get in front of your audience and do. A lot of people struggle with video, short form or any video, and it's like we said, it's just press record and put it up. If you put too much thought into it, sometimes you're gonna back out because you didn't. You're like, oh, I didn't say this the right way. I said or oh, and but like people want to see you naturally. They don't want to see you like raw, or short form video can be a lot more raw than long form video, in a sense that people want to see that you're human, and that you do make mistakes, and that you can just keep plugging along. But it's a good opportunity to show sort of your expertise in any kind of business you're in.
Yeah, actually, right before we were talking, before we went live, or not live, but before we pressed record, we were talking about Sheryl Sandberg, who said done is better than perfect, and how having that mindset frees you to just create, post. Whereas like when I work with perfectionists, like we can work on one video for a month, and instead of doing people like me who are like, no, just get it out and get moving, I could do 20 videos, and are they perfect? No. Do I stumble or say the wrong word? Possibly. Do I have great lighting? Sometimes no. But I'm getting out 20 times more than she is with her perfect video. Yeah. So like that done is better than perfect is a really important philosophy when it comes to digital marketing. That's what I find.
Yeah, so. And I'd say like you're getting the reps in. It's like when you go to the gym. You go there the first time, you're like, what do I do? Yeah. And then you're not doing it perfectly, but then every time you go, you're just doing 1% better, 1% better, and 1% better. Like, one thing I love about short, like vertical video or just long form video is that you can go back to a year, 6 months or whatever, and you can see the improvements in your speaking ability, in your editing style, just by repeatedly doing the same thing over and over again and getting it out there. I know some people really struggle with it. They're worried about their hair, their makeup, but again, some of the best performing short form vertical videos are very raw. There are a lot of people that have get ready with me in the morning where they're just at their makeup table, or they're just getting ready for the day, and they're telling a story about something that happened that day or a problem they encountered and how they got over it. And that's sort of how people can start to relate to you. You don't have to be prim and proper and have everything set up. Now, another thing with vertical video I would recommend you guys do is batch recording. Because it's only a minute long, 30 seconds sometimes, batch record it. Take a Sunday, say, I'm going to crank out 5-6 videos for this next week, and just sit down and record it all the time. And like I know some creators, they don't even change their shirt. They keep their same shirt on to keep the same kind of brand or that kind of style, and they just bank out, like 10 videos, and then they have 10 days to try to come up with sort of new content, which gives them that creative space as to always trying to think of what content do I want to create today. Yeah. It's always like, oh my God, I got to get a video out today. What am I going to do? But if you take the time to sort of plan out what you're going to say and have several videos lined up, then you're going to see a lot more success, and you're not going to have to, worry about getting prepared, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
I love batch recording because especially for the short form videos, it actually takes longer to set up your light, set up all the stuff to record one video. That's a hindrance. If you put too many roadblocks in front of you, you just simply won't do it. So the easy thing to do is like, okay, I'm going to set up, and it takes like say 5-10 minutes to set up. Here's what I'm saying, boom, get them done, and then edit them maybe at a later date or whatever. But sometimes it's just the simple like getting in the motion of, okay, I'm doing this. Then all of a sudden, as we're talking, I'm like, ooh, that's a video idea for the next video. I'm going to kind of expand on that. Like you're in that creative space, so it's easy. When I struggle is when I'm like, shoot, I didn't do a video today. Oh, what am I going to talk about? And then like nothing's coming to my brain.
That's exactly it. Whereas if you have your 10 videos already done, like you can almost edit one video a day, or like, listen, a lot of the times, like the over-edited stuff is not doing as well as the raw footage, but like, it really depends on the kind of style that you're kind of doing. If you're on site, if you're like a plumber or you're HVAC guy and you're doing on-site stuff, then that's a little different because no one expects that to be kind of perfect. But like when you have like educational style content like mine, you kind of need things to kind of move at a fast pace. You need to always constantly have things changing. I say because people don't have the attention spans these days. But again, I agree with you should have everything set up ahead of time, because again we get lost. We think, okay, I'm gonna set up all this, and then the ADHD kicks in, and you're like, oh, I gotta go wash the dishes, I gotta go vacuum the floor, I gotta go take the kids to school, or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I was supposed to record and the day's done. So it is really important to have your equipment set up. Myself personally, I have a studio in my office, so everything is already set up for me. All I really have to do is click on my lights and set up my stand for my phone, and I'm off to the races. Yeah,
it is nice if you have a designated space for sure. One thing that you said twice, and I was like, that's so true. Sometimes I'll make sure, because I rather have my hair done, my makeup on, and a nicer shirt than just popping on with like a ponytail and like a hoodie or something. But there's been times where I pop on and I don't look good, and I know it because I can see the video, but I still do it anyway, publish, and those ones like hit harder, and I'm like, oh man, but like I had the lighting last time, and I had my makeup done, and I did this and this and this, and then that one got like 100 views or whatever. So it's funny that sometimes it is those like, hey, I'm here, like I did one, actually it was like 6 a.m, so no one looks good at 6 a.m. in my opinion. I'm like, hey, I can't remember what my message was. Basically, like, don't you hate when you're in a creative mood, but your day is already like busy, so you know you're not going to be able to capitalize on this creativity that's flowing through your blood. I got a ton of comments about it. People messaged me privately, and they're like, yeah, and we had all these conversations. And I laughed because I almost didn't do it because I was like insecure. I'm like, oh, I kind of look like crap, but I did it anyway, and then it was the one that seemed to like connect with my audience more than my prim and proper ones, as you say.
Yeah, and it's the, again, like just being off the cuff and saying how you feel about a moment or a situation that you've gone through, that really creates the relatability. Now, like another roadblock a lot of people come up to is like, oh, I don't like the way I sound, and oh, the way I look on video. Well, like,
we know what you sound and look like. That's what I always tell everyone.
Guess what? That's what you sound like in real life. There's no getting around. That's what you sound like on the phone. Just be yourself, and like that's what really sort of resonates with people. And if you can at whatever time, just provide value. And it could just be anything from like the tip of the day to, how to get a better price on your phone plan, or some recent hack you saw online that helped you save some time, or like it's really important to take inspiration from other people and just sort of apply it to what you're doing. Right?
Yeah. So when it comes to your content, do you try and stay right in the real estate niche, or do you do a little bit of mindset, a little bit of maybe like time efficiency stuff? Like, what do you do? How do you decide what to speak about?
So most of my stuff is educational stuff, and I've sort of put my mind frame around, I don't expect any of my stuff to go viral.
Yeah.
Real estate stuff is very cut, dry. A lot hasn't changed in 100 years.
Yeah.
But again, it's setting that expectation on, if like you have to look for like, is it viral for me? if your one video got 10 views and then the next video gets 200 views, well, guess what? That's viral for you,
Yeah.
right?
I want to pause on this viral because I feel like everyone wants to go viral because we're seeing these things. But I'm always like, you probably won't go viral because for marketing, my space is totally like, there's so much noise. Your space, there's so much noise. So to create with the expectation of you're gonna get like 50,000 views or 100,000 views every single time, I think that is not realistic.
Yeah.
So how do you fight that urge? Because when we do scroll, guess what we're seeing? All the viral people and people with bigger numbers and more views and more comments. How do you personally like kind of like wade through that?
Well, like one of my favorite sayings is like comparison is the thief of joy. So if you start to compare yourself to other creators just in your own field, or in other like other people that have gone viral, like I said, if you try to compare yourself to like Mr. Beast or something, like you just don't have that kind of experience, and like again, you don't know how much work that person put in to where they are today. You can't compare your chapter to theirs because I said like what a lot of people don't know or whatever. It's like Mr. Beast created videos for I think it was like 7 years or something like that before he became like Mr. Beast, right? So like you have to put your reps in. You have to take the beating, or like not even the beating, but like you have to just set your expectations to know that you're just beginning this. You're not going to be perfect. There are skills you're going to have to learn along the way before you get to the point where you hire editors and have people editing this content for you. But again, like there are a lot of free tools and free trainings that so you can go onto YouTube and type in almost anything.
Yeah, I was just going to say YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University, and then when you get down the line and you start making a little bit more money, that's when you start to invest in yourself, right? So like every time that like I close a deal, whether it's from whether it's online or from like YouTube or any of my content, I always reinvest some of that money back into my content creation, right? Like you don't need a lot to start, and that's what some people get caught up with is being I forget what it is, but it's about being obsessive about the equipment and saying, oh, I need that $500 camera, I need the $120 light set, or I need like just one thing you definitely need is good audio, because if you don't have good audio and it's all crackly and whatnot, then that's the chances are people are going to swipe away. But other than that, a lot of the stuff you can start with, you can start with just your iPhone. I mean, like I have an iPhone 13, I still record on it today, and it has 4K. It's better than most DSLR cameras, and you're able to just again quickly set it up, and you're on your way, right?
Exactly. All right, one question I always end with, and I ask every guest I have on here because I think it's really interesting, is what would be on your career bucket list? So you don't have to be realistic, like something you may actually hit in the next 5 or 10 years. You can be as wild as you want, or you can be as moderate as you want. But
so like something wild in my career or whatever. So like real estate is my love language essentially. So like I love everything to do with real estate, but I would love to create a side business in regards to content creation, and whether that's with teaching businesses how to utilize short form video or long form video to increase their exposure online, or just again sharing the knowledge, because like I can speak about short form video, long form video like, all day long. I'm pretty sure my fiance is sick of it, and she's I don't know what you're talking about, but once you start to get into these things, it kind of takes over, and if you have a passion for it, then that really shines through, right? So what I would hope is that I'm able to take my two passions, which is real estate and then video creation, and then be able to marry them, where I'm able to now I wouldn't be like solely focused on the media side of things, but like again we have the co-op student, and I told him that my goal is to have him learn how to edit and do all these things, and then to teach the next student that comes in. Awesome. And then eventually, it just keeps rolling. You teach the next person, and hopefully one day, I can create sort of like a media company of my own or consulting, just telling businesses how they could use it to better themselves.
I love it. That's a really neat one, but you're cutting into my space. No, just joking.
Well, that's what I say, it's collaboration.
I'm totally
it's,
joking,
it's
yeah.
not the, I specialize mainly in the real estate content.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the creative content space is where people need to put energy, put money, and put a lot of thought. Like, it just is what it is. We're living in a day and age, Gary Vee says this all the time, you need to become a media company, and you totally encompass that, and it's fun to watch your journey, and I like watching your videos, and yeah, you're doing amazing, so
thank you. Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time to be on this episode, and I'll put your information below so people can follow you.
All right.
So, all right, thanks everyone for watching Velocity Podcast. I hope this helps your marketing game.